We give you glory today. In Jesus' name we have prayed. In Jesus' name we have prayed. All right. The last class we had was in February. All right. And we started talking about relationships. So I will push it further from there. We'll start talking about relationships. All right. The word relationship, most times when, particularly in this part of our world, when we talk about relationships, people's hearts go to man-woman relationship, romantic relationship, but relationship is much more than that. Everything we do in life is a product of relationship. Everything we do in life. All right. The word relationship comes from the word relate, and it simply means to connect in word, in thought, and in deed. To connect in word, in thought, and in deed. You cannot effectively relate with anybody if you've not connected with a person in mind. Is to connect in word, in thought, and in deed. It means to associate with another person. All right, so you can say that relationship simply means association. All right, association. To associate with someone is to be in relationship with the person. So there are levels of relationship depending on your level of association with the person. As far as life is concerned, it moves on the vehicle of relationship. Life moves on the vehicle of relationships. If you will prosper in life, relationships will take you there. If you will fail in life, relationships will contribute to it. A lot of us that got into some vices, it was because of relationships. They didn't give birth to you and you learned how to smoke. It did not come as a DNA, no. As part of your DNA, no. As part of your DNA, no. It was one of the things relationships added to you. Okay, according to Mike Murdock, every relationship is a current that will take you close or further away from your destiny. Every relationship you are in is going to take you closer or further away from your destiny. It started even from Genesis. God came to look for Adam and he said, Adam, where are you? Adam said, I heard your voice and I hid myself because I was naked. God now asked him, who told you? In other words, who did you start talking to? Who are you in a relationship right now? A lot of people just hate people, not because they've had anything to do with the person, but because they are in relationship with somebody that does not like the person. Relationships either move you closer or further away from your destiny. Believers most times trivialize relationships because we believe that grace will do everything. But if you don't take anything away from this class, I want you to take this away. Jesus did not die on a long pole. He died on a cross. He didn't die on a long pole. He died on a cross. Relationship with God. If he had died on a long pole, it would have been relationship with God. But he died on a cross. So there's a vertical relationship with God, but there is a horizontal relationship with people. That makes a cross. He did not die on a horizontal bar of wood. No, he died on a cross. So for you to have a balanced relationship, you have to have relationship with God And you have to have relationship with people. Most spiritual people don't do well in relationships. They don't. But it is a plus that can never be undermined or trivialized. No matter where you are in life, your next level is tied to a relationship. The greatest gift God will give to a man is the gift of men. Is the gift of men. Even God wanted to do something on the earth and he said, I sought for a man. So whatever you become in life is influenced by the kinds of relationships you get involved with. Just one relationship somebody got involved with, and 15 years later, he is in a rehab. One relationship. The person just introduced him, and that's it. That's it. Just hanging out with the person. He was introduced to crack and finish. The rest, like they say, is history. And some other people, just getting in contact with people, your grades in school went up. Your attitude towards life went up. Your perspectives towards life changed. So the question right now is, with all due respect, and with respect to wherever you are in life, I honor that place, but who are you in a relationship with? Your relationship yesterday brought you to where you are today. Your relationship today is the key to where you're going tomorrow. God has designed life in such a way that nobody can exist alone. There is nothing like a self-made successful person on the earth. Not one person is self-made. Because when you were born, relationship started, mother and child. You didn't feed yourself with milk. So there's nothing like self-made success. If they ignored you, you would have died. So when people come out and they brag and say, I am self-made, I just look at a fool speaking, because he has not come to realize that even that cloth he's wearing is a function of relationship. Men need men to become men. When I talk about men, I'm not talking about the male gender. I'm talking about humans. People. People need people to become better people or worse people. Who is in your company now? A lot depends on the people you are involved in relationship with. No matter how you think you are, every relationship you enter shapes your life. Every relationship enter shapes your life. I remember one of my bosses then, we were talking one day, and he said to me, he said, "Hi, Okochukwu. There are some prayers somebody's not supposed to pray." So I was like, "Sir, why are you talking like this?" He said, "Hi." He said, "I woke up before I got married. I was praying, Lord, teach me patience. Teach me patience." He said, "Now the wife I married is teaching me patience all my life." Now this is a man that you can't correct. If if he tells you this thing is white, if the whole world see it as black, he can't change his mind. But one woman that entered into his life, entered with hammer and chisel. And he said, "How do I do this thing?" He said, "I cannot divorce her." I said, "Sir, you need to learn." He said, "That's the problem I have with you." I said, "You need to learn." As far as me I'm concerned, your wife is one of the most beautiful, most wonderful people I've met. So, or else she's something else outside and she's something else inside. He said, I'm not going to talk about that one. That's what now I want you to understand that everyone in your life, you have become either a better person or a worse person, no matter your argument. No matter your argument. Some people were not drinking until they met some people. I couldn't taste draw soup until I met my wife. If I'm eating chicken or fish, if it enters into draw soup, I'll leave it for you. Not that I still eat draw soup, I don't. But the first time I ate it, she dragged me to eating it. And relationship made me eat it. In as much as I purged after eating it, but relationships shape men. Most of the habits you've developed were encouraged by friends. You were a relatable person before until you met this clique of girls. Now you're classy. Now you're like the dawn kind of person. But you used to be a relatable person until you entered into a league of some people. Now if you're speaking English now, we can't even hear what you're saying. Now I'm saying this as is a life class. People have lost stuff. Some of the things we are praying for right now, some people are praying for right now, we are supposed to come on the wings of relationships. See, greatness is carried on the wings of relationship. I've met wonderful people in Omaya. Very wonderful people. A few of them are sitting in this place. And they have added value. Even as a pastor, they have added value to my life. Added a lot of value to my life. What is relationship doing in your life? The people that are in your life right now, what are they doing? And that brings me to the choices we make in life. Relationships are part of the choices we make in life. There are some relationships you're in that you did not choose and you had no part in it. Mother and child relationship, you did not choose your mother. You did not choose your siblings. That's why you woke up and say, I regret being your brother, but there's nothing you can do about it. Why did God make you my sister self? There's nothing you can do about it. You didn't choose it. You're talking to somebody about your father and you say, my dad. Hi. I wish the other man was my dad. There's nothing you can do about it. You can only wish. Those ones you can't change. The school you went to. The nursery school you went to. You didn't choose it. And that nursery school chose some of your friends you still have today. The primary school you went to, you didn't choose it. In as much as when you were going, you were angry, but you still went. Some of us, we chose the secondary school we went to because you passed it. Some of us, your secondary school chose you because you did not pass. So the school beckoned on you to come. Some of us, even the university you went to, was the university you wanted to go to. Some of you are you because you have to go to school. It's not the university you wanted to go to, but the university chose you. If you don't come to me, you will not be graduate. So you have to be in Moayu. Now, I just said all this to tell you there are different levels of relationship. But, sir, who is going to be your friend? You have to choose it. See, friends don't come by default. They come by intentional design. They come by deliberate choice. Don't be that one that people choose. Be the one that is choosing. Let me say it again. Don't be that one that people choose. Be that one that is making the choice. It is entirely your choice. Who is going to be in a relationship with you is your choice. That's why most times when people say, I married a fool, I just laugh. I say, it takes a fool. In fact, it takes a better fool to choose a fool. How close you are with somebody is your choice. Let me stand up and say this one. I fell in love is a lie. People don't fall in love. People choose who they love. The guy you fell in love with was not the first person you met. It says something about you. And it was not the first person, something about you. You decided that it's this one. Because when you sent a WhatsApp chat, you would have ignored it. The last time I checked your phone, that icon block is still there. Well, I was ignoring it, but his text kept coming. There's that place. It's called block. You chose it. Nobody falls in love. You grew in the love. Pastor, you don't know what I'm telling you. Telling you. We are proving it over and over again. That person you're dying with, you're dying for before you met Christ. That person, even some people in Christ, because of what I'm about to say. That person you're dying for. Immediately he tells you, I am HIV positive. I thought you fell in love. You will rise up. You rise up like that. Shout, not my portion. Not my portion. That person couldn't ignore his text. Have you seen how we lie to ourselves? I will spend my whole life with you until she told you that she was pregnant. That thing that was shaking you, if you don't call her, it just died. Because people don't fall in love. They choose who to love. Let me pause and say this again. People don't snatch people. He snatched my fiancé. So your fiancé is now a wallet. Your fiancé woke up, looked at you, looked at her. She was available. Compared the two. And said, Prophet did this one, pass this one. That's why when I see a man going to fight a man because of a lady, I now know the reason the lady left the person. When I see a lady going to fight another lady because of a man, because people are not snatched. People wake up and decide, I know do this lane again, I'm going to the other lane. And until we tell ourselves the truth, it would save us from a lot when it comes to foolishness in relationships. You're going to fight a man that might be your destiny helper tomorrow because of a girl that both of you will not marry. And you have a permanent dent on a relationship. You know, it's even better with men because they can even see themselves man and jackery. But when it comes to women, she will remind you. Say, the first hurt I had in my life, she cursed it. So stop complaining about the people you're in a relationship with. If you're tired, who knows the next statement? Stop complaining. Stop complaining, man. Why are you people treating me like trash? Tomorrow, they are together. You now go again and come there and now sit down. And they will still treat you like trash again. No. Choose your relation. Have some self-worth. No two people we are born at the same time. Even twins, we are not born at the same time. They might have been born the same hour. They might have been born the same day. But no two people we are born at the same time. So your life is individual and personal. Choose your relationship. Everybody must not be your friend. In fact, there's more trouble with many friends. At the end of your life, your legacy will not be determined by your career, nor by your wealth, nor by your investments, but by the impact and the input you made in the lives of people. At the end of your life, all this is you're running around now. Your life will not be determined by them. It will be determined by how much you added to people's life based on relationships and how much people added to your life. Finish. And your children will even reap from it. I'll just take, okay, I have time. So you have to be intentional about working relationships. Relationships are like banks. Just that you don't invest money into it. You invest emotions into it. Even the money you invest in a relationship is emotions that you're investing. You're investing into people's emotional bank account. How many of us have this kind of friends that if somebody is doing something, they don't attend? But when they are doing, they want everybody to come. Thieves. They are trying to take from where they did not invest. It's like going to GT Bank. You have an account with GT Bank, but you have never put money there. You now show up. Pick your check and just write 250,000 naira. And you balance before teller. He says that you don't have money. That's what he's going to tell you. He says that there is no credit in this account. Say, no, what are you talking about? It's my account. I opened it myself. That is not what they are asking. Let me talk to Because most times in our generation now, it's even men and women. I was there when he was nothing. It's not a guarantee that he will be there when he becomes something. The question is, when he was nothing, what did you add? Being there is not enough. Let me pause for 20 seconds. Let it sink. Because we have crucified both men and women because you were there when they were nothing and they became something and they walked away. People remember imputes, not presence. People remember impact, not being around. When he was nothing, what did you add? But Pastor, I don't have money. It's not money. It's not money. It's not money. He's doing businesses. He's trying to tie up some things. He comes to you and presents, say, this is what I'm about to do. What do you think about it? Say, nagago, digago, digago. You know, I don't know anything about this. He's looking at you and he's smiling. She's looking at you and she's smiling. Tomorrow, you will not say, but when it was nothing, it is not enough. What's your impute? We have crucified innocent people. Innocent people. Being there does not guarantee that you withdraw anything from that relationship. What did you add to it? He was doing a research about that business. You had Google on your phone. Did you for once type in that thing he told you and Google it and say, try this thing, check, read this thing if it will help? Just what? See, I pray we understand what I'm saying this one. I pray we understand that. Because most times people come to you because, not because they are expecting you to add something, but they're expecting you to just show concern. At that point, see, let me tell you, the person knows you don't have money to give him. He knows you don't have money. So he came to you for concern. He knows. This thing you told me 3 months ago, how is it going? Relationships are worked. Relationships are worked. And you intentionally work them. And to effectively work your relationship, you have to put your relationship in their cadres. Most times, the most important relationships in our lives are the ones we easily take for granted. Family. That friend that is always there. One day I was crying and I was making a plea to God because of a particular person, and I said, God, but why? Why is this person treating me this way? And he told me, he said, it's because you're faithful. He said, faithful people are always taken for granted. Because the person knows that you will always be there. It is in men to pursue people that are always on the way out. And ignore the people that are always there. If you're listening to me, reverse that concern. Pay attention to the people that are always there. In a bid to stop the person that wants to go, we lose the person that is there. And you know the thing? The person that wants to go will still go. In fact, it's better for you to do everything for every one of them to go, so that the one that wants to stay. I learned it from Naomi. Naomi said, come, I don't have boys again. If you wait for me now to give birth, if I give birth now and you wait for them to grow, they might not choose you. Say, I want you to go. Sister Opa said, thank you, ma. And for some Bible scholars, Opa was a bad person. Opa was not a bad person. Opa knew what she could handle and what she couldn't handle. Opa is better than some of the people I've met in my life. You want to go, but because of what people will say, listen to me. Don't ever run your life based on what people will say. Because no matter what you do, people will say. So be sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do, that will add value to your life, and let them say. I remember when I dropped out from school, I stayed a lot of years. I dropped out from school in 2000. Yes, in 2000. And I stayed like about 4 years before I wanted to go back to school. So I met one man, one of my mentors. He's still my mentor till today. I have yabbed him with it. And I went to him and told him, so I want to go back to school. And he did everything because I was doing business and I was doing well. So he did everything to dissuade me from going back. Say I should focus on my school. No, I should focus on my business, expand the business, do this, that I should just leave school. That maybe later I can enroll in an adult education and all that and all that. I was not seeing myself doing adult education. I wanted to go to school. The course I want to read, they don't do it in adult education. We argued and argued. I refused. I bought JAMB, wrote JAMB, passed JAMB, entered school. When I graduated, I went to him. I said, sir, I have graduated. I made this. By next month, I'll be going for youth service. And he told me, you know, when you were telling me about school, thank God I encouraged you. So I told him, I said, sir, you did not encourage me, huh? Pay attention to your relationships. There are people that when you lose now, you will not regret it. There are people that when you lose now, it will hurt you, but you will manage. But there are people that if you lose now, it will hurt you, you will not be able to manage, and you will eternally regret it. Put your relationships in that cadre and pay attention to them accordingly. Don't throw your valuable things among your peers among swine. Know who is who in your relationships. Okay, I have 9 minutes. Know who is who in your relationships. Some of us have given more attention to those things we can lose. Don't throw away diamonds when you're paying attention to stones. People have thrown away blue carbuncles because they were paying attention to stone. What stone is going to okuta ga mapu mi. Complete nonsense. What are valuable relationships? Valuable relationships are the relationships that bring value. Finish. And you ascertain your relationships based on the value that they bring. That they bring. Number 2, to work your relationship, learn how to respect people. That you were classmates and now maybe he is governor. In as much as he was your classmate, don't ever treat him like that. Learn how to respect people. Respect is foundational when it comes to relationships. Even if it's mother and child. Let me say this to mothers here. A child will be open to a mother that respects him. Let me say it again. A child will be open to that mother that respects him or her. When it comes to relationship, respect is foundational. The white man will say that respect is reciprocal. It's reciprocated. Yes. A lot of us, we are in a hurry to leave our homes because our parents never respected us. We were in a hurry. That was why immediately it was time for you to write JAMB. You put a school very far from home. So that if you're coming back, you've been away for 4 months. And as you come back, if you come back immediately, there's a level, a modicum of respect. There's a level of respect. So before it wears out, school is about to open. You've taken off again. A lot of us don't have relationship with our parents right now because of respect. Some of you, our siblings are not getting as much as they should get from us because of respect. You have everything he needs to move to the next level, but he can't access it because of respect. He knows you have the contact to do stuff for him. But because you're his brother, he has trivialized who you are. A lot of wives and a lot of husbands will not get the best out of their husbands and their wives because that person is not being respected. The foundation of every relationship. There's this thing about proximity. Yes, my sister. See finish. See, even if you remain for house, now here be house. Proximity. The white man said it breeds contempt. In Africa, we have restricted respect to only greeting. Good morning, sir. You see this? It's far away from respect. Hey, Kalesa. Nobody enjoys a relationship where he's treated as a nobody. I always say it, and I'll end with that. I always say it, that when you see a company that always hires people for the same position every 3 months, there is no respect in that company. for the same position. Your gate man will resign without telling you if you don't respect him. You come back to your house and you realize that your gate is open. And the guy has gone back to Akwa Ibom. Sorry, my Akwa Ibom brothers. Gone back to Jalingo, to Taraba. Since your cook can poison you. You will die slowly if you don't respect. That your houseboy that irons your clothes will keep burning your trousers. See, I'm telling you. Learn to, that you're up there does not mean you should not respect the person down here. You know, a lot of people, because they are in a relationship with the owner of the company, when they come into that company, they treat everybody like trash. You see that your grave, that you're digging by yourself. You bury yourself inside it, and your one hand will come out less. The best thing that can happen to you is when the people around the one that you are in a relationship with has goodwill for you. The day you fall out with the person you're in a relationship with, they will ask about you. Let me say it again. The best thing that can happen to you is when the people around that person you feel that you're in a relationship with has goodwill for you. The day you fall out with that person, because crisis happens once in a while. Life happens too. And you fall out with the people around you, around that person, we just wake up and say, how about Grant? Oga, it's been a while we saw Grant. Oh. The man say, wow, Grant. Say, no, sir. Oh, he's a good man. Oh. I hope there's no problem. You were not there. What is speaking at that time is what you left in the heart of those people. A story was told of a lady that works in a cold room in America. And the lady, every time she passes in the morning, he greets the gate man and enters. Anytime she's going, she comes and greets the gate man and leaves. She has done it for about 18 months working in that company. Every morning and every evening. So one day, she was working inside the cold room. And they locked the cold room. They didn't know somebody was inside. He had passed that morning and greeted the gate man and entered. So they locked everywhere. They didn't know she was still working inside the cold room. They carried the key of the office and gave the gate man. The gate man said, no, everybody has not come out. They said, no, we checked everywhere. The man said, no, everybody has not come out. Everybody was angry with the gate man. They opened up the office again and began to look for the lady. Now, this thing, the argument and the drag and everything are taking like an hour. By the time they've gone around, they didn't see. One of them said, we've not checked inside the cold room. They just opened the cold room and the lady was already freezing there. What saved that lady was relationship. Because every day she passes. Oga Monday. Good morning, no. How are you today? She will pass. As she's going back. Oga Monday. I will see you tomorrow or I will see you on Monday. Monday, I will see you on Monday. She will pass. That day, she didn't pass as she was leaving. How did he know that she didn't pass? Because she did not greet. And that was what saved her life. See, the way you treat relationships will save your life. Be careful of the people you meet, how you handle them on your way up. You might need them to stop your downfall when you're on your way down. I believe that with these few words of mine, I've been able to add a little wisdom to the one you already have. Thank you. See you in the next live class.